Hey guys, it's me, Demonata What If, with part 10 to What If Ichigo Kurosaki was sent back in time. I am sorry for doing this so late. 2 to 5, 6 days late. I had stuff going on. Couldn't think of any plot, and I had a surgery at one point. Now, if you didn't notice that very fucking monotone voice at the start, it's because I've restarted this about 5 times, and the most recent time was actually due to a mistake. I forgot how to pause the software I'm using, and ended up deleting what I was recording. So yeah, I really fucked up. Because I was trying to make it so that my dog stopped shouting, and she wouldn't stop, so I wanted to pause. Yeah, anyway. But yeah, anyway, so let me just continue with the video. So yeah, last time, so in part 9, we finished off with Ichigo, basically being with his friends after having defeated Aizen, who we also see in Hyuga in his palace. But yeah, that is basically the end of the Serite arc, which of course, different time, different place, But yeah, also I've got some gameplay that I'm going to be adding, and by gameplay, it's very, very current time, because I don't edit, and I want to get this out to you as soon as possible, so I'm just going to do it all on the spot. So yeah. Anyway, so let me just get right into this part. So part 10 of Ichigo Kurosaki was set back in time. Returning back to the white and black realm of Hyuga, we see Aizen in his stylish, for fuck's sake, stylish, snazzy. That is the wrong character. Absolutely magnificent, white robes. I went way too far off on that just because I could not think of what to say, and, I'm in the middle of playing a game. You know how it is. So yeah. Here in Hyuga, currently Aizen is planning with his subordinates on what to do with Ichigo Kurosaki. Ichigo would blush if he heard this, you know? Shut up! Jesus. Can you believe this dog? Can you believe her? Honest. So, can you hear that? Oh my god, I'm kind of getting pissed off right now. That is really annoying. I'm really... Fia, come here. See what I have to bloody deal with? Can you see why I wasn't able to upload a video until... Can you understand why I had to redo this video so many times? This little shit. She knows what she's doing. You know, you can hear it in her, barks. She knows what she's doing. She's fully aware. Anyway, let me continue. So yeah, Aizen is currently speaking with his subordinates about what he should do about what they should do about Ichigo Kurosaki and the Shinigami. Although Ichigo Kurosaki to him is far more important than a bunch of old men who can't take doing anything into their own hands. Who are led by a group of 42 different old men. Seriously, that was so fucking dumb. I honestly agree with Aizen killing them. You know, it was worth it. He should have done it more sooner. But yeah, as they are speaking about this, Ichigo... No, what? They hear a rumbling, the sound of a wall breaking, that sort of rumbling. Yeah. Oh, my bad. So, in response to this and the worry that he feels from Ichigo, Aizen proceeds to just send out the 10th and 8th Espadas, which may seem like over the top, but he really is worried about Ichigo, because, Ichigo's a terrifying fuck in this. Absolutely mad lad. But, yeah. It's really simple stuff. But yeah, so he sends out Espadas 10 through 8 to investigate due to said worry of Ichigo. After all, Ichigo seemed to know everything about his plans. But yeah, now let's move on to Ichigo from the last point's POV. You know, his point of view. Because that's far more interesting than just following the story like a normal person. But yeah. So Ichigo is currently thinking to himself about his friends and how he's struggling to protect them and stuff. And he keeps on planning to, you know, train them up, all that stuff. But really, things keep on happening. Well, it feels like things keep on happening, and they aren't progressing as quickly as he'd like them to. So, you know, he has to take things into his own hands. God, that feels like, that's garbage. I could use it for time. But yeah. So, he is, so, this is his point of view, so I might as well talk in his voice. Ugh. I really wish I could, protect my friends and family better. I feel distraught thinking about them. And Aizen, fucking hell, I hate myself. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I just let him do that. So yeah, currently, you know, he's just thinking about, you know, his mistakes. I should have killed him when I had the chance. I should have just pierced an arrow right through his chest. Ugh. You know what? I'm gonna take this into my own hands. I will destroy Aizen before the Hogyoku can merge with him. Before he can become the being that he was in the original timeline. So yeah. With this, Ichigo just decides, you know what? I'll go straight to Hucamongo and destroy everything there. Grimjaw, my friend, I'm sorry, but this has to be done as quickly as possible. And yeah, this is obviously... This is obviously a reason why they had seen the rumbling previously. As, we see Ichigo use a Gargantua Gate using his hollow side. I believe that's what it's called. To go to Shukamondo real quick. And he begins travelling through the white, you know, dusty, ash-like sand of Hucamondo. But yeah. Now, of course, Ichigo understands the nature of Aizen. You know, he's quite a conniving little fuck. He respects Aizen. He sees him as this powerful guy. So he's not just gonna go easy on him, you know? He's not just gonna... I don't fucking know. Whatever you consider Ichigo and going... he's not gonna go for the stealth route. He's just gonna, go out there, take care of him as quickly as possible, and be done with it. He's not even gonna try stealth because Aizen obviously already would notice quite quickly that he's there. Especially an Aizen who's on guard. So Ichigo then proceeds to just smash through a wall. You know, every little fucking simples. But yeah, he just smashes through a wall and goes straight to... it starts going in the direction of where he believes that the palace would be. You know, during this, different people are doing different things. But I'll mainly be focusing on Aizen and the Free Espada who are about to meet him and try and kill him. To zero effect. So yeah, as he's walking down the hallways, after getting past that wall that I mentioned, he meets, the Free Espada, and it just begins with an average-looking Espada. So an average-looking Espada, a thin, a lanky man, who is kind of only seems to be producing stone on his body. Yeah, as I said, this is obviously a Espada 10. He isn't that interesting, doesn't have too much to him. So yeah, he just kind of goes, runs up to Ichigo and, he hits Ichigo with that like, you know, he hits him with a stone-covered fist. You know, he covers up. You know, he's got his Ryatsu, yada yada yada. Again, this might seem a little bit weak for an Espada, but again, some of the candidates previously shown, and due to this being a different timeline, would lead to a lot of different things occurring here. One of the most important things, obviously, here being, you know, complete different characters. So, yeah. Following this, basically a tidal wave of water zips past Ichigo with a strange tub-headed creature basically trying to attack him. If you don't know who this is the guy who tried to defeat Rukia just by tricking her and saying that he was, you know what it is. What's his name? Ainero. Weird ass name. Weird name. Do not expect me to say it correctly, but yeah, you get the idea of who it is. It's the, you know, it's the fish head guy. No, the fish tank guy. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so Fishhead guy has used the Zanpakuto ability of the person he absorbed, who looks like Ichigo, whose name I don't remember. Kaya. Oh yeah, sorry, the Shiba. The only Shiba to become a well, technically the only noble family to give up being nobility, and the only Shiba, I believe, to have become a Soul Reaper, from what I remember. They may have become later on in the story, but I just can't remember that. But yeah. So that is, of course, Espada number 9. That was his original ranking, so I'm just going to keep it the same here. But yeah, number 8 is changed. Here it is a tall female. So she runs in and she begins by using like a kind of like... She tries to abstract his body, if that makes sense. Like, sort of a mirror effect. Use a mirror effect on Ichigo to kind of like... basically break him apart. But yeah, it doesn't... Their abilities end up counteracting one another, not being the best combination. And of course, these being very weak people. Now, of course, Espada number 9 is trying to be real big brain about it. You know, he's trying to think things through really well. But yeah, I mean, brain is good, but brawn can generally beat brain. Especially if your brain comes from eating people. Which, yeah, anyway. So yeah, it kind of just proceeds to be Ichigo shooting arrows towards them, while they attack him with a fusion of like water techniques, abstracting things, and just throwing stone at him. Quite early on, Espada number 10, the one with the rock ability, is shot through the skull with an arrow by Ichigo. However, you know, that doesn't last too long. Because, you know, it's Ichigo. But yeah, honestly, there won't be too much to this fight, other than a few interesting details where, I don't know, maybe Espada number 8 and 9 work together quite well. You know, she abstracts. So Espada number 8 abstracts the water of Espada number 8, or the one that he's using. But yeah. Now, due to Espada number 9's personality being more big brain, the ability mainly... Oh, fuck. I haven't thought that bit yet. But, yeah, due to Espada number 9's big brainness, and the fact that one of his special abilities is literally just the ability to absorb things that it eats, as he sees that everything's kind of going to shit, and that they're about to lose, or they are on the verge of losing this entire fight, and not wanting to disappoint Aizen, he kind of, well, really, I don't know how you can see this any other way. He just uses this part has given me realization. Do not play a game while doing this. Just do the thing afterwards and just, record it, edit. I don't want to edit though. That's my issue. Anyway, I'm going to pause this and just put it back onto the original screen whilst I talk, just so I can be focused. But, yeah. So, yeah. After a certain point of continuously losing, the Espada number 10, the Thin Man, producing stone, ends up having stone quite easily destroyed. He is in the ground currently. I don't mean dead, but he is currently very wounded, like severely injured, and on the floor. While Espada number 8, who is using abstraction and trying to kind of control the flow of battle, she's not doing that as much as she could be, and Ichigo does get an arrow in her arm, so she is currently leaning off to the side. Now, Espada number 9, due to being still like kind of long range but short range-ish, he has some damage to him, but he realized what has to be done, and he goes up to Espada number 8, pushes her down, and just consumes her. He uses his special Zanpakuto. It looks like, which kind of looks like a brown worm thing. It's a really weird thing, but basically uses those sort of tentacle monsters to proceed to consume her, eat her alive, and absorb all of her powers, basically rising him to Espada number 8 as his mark changes, and yeah, so he now has the power of abstraction on top of basically being Poseidon. So he just proceeds. So with his Zanpakuto from Kaien, it begins to slightly transform, gaining some extra details on it, and a kind of like a strange gauntlet-like substance seeping out of it and covering up his forearm. Then he basically stabs into Espada number 10, picks him up using it, and just again consumes him, gaining a small thin layer of stone. And yeah, he's now he's an even 8th Espada. He's very, very close to being 7th, but yeah, that's not really too important. With this new power boost, he gains a little bit of cockiness, and decides to start using the powers a lot more fluently, especially since he has the experiences of the other Espada. One thing, for example, he would do is he would coat his trident with stone, and basically just abstract it so that it abstract it extremely quickly, so it almost basically teleports into Ichigo's side. Along with that, on the other side of Ichigo, he pulls a large torrent of water towards him, while he himself goes in with his other Zanpakuto, attempting to attack him with worms, or whatever they are. Again, still don't know what they are. Tentacle worm things. But yeah. So with this free frontal attack, Ichigo does the simplest thing possible, which is he fires one arrow into the torrent that is coming from one of his sides, kind of, I want to say dispelling it, but that doesn't feel correct, because that seems more Naruto-like. But he basically does that. He basically just destroys that attack, since it is made from Ryatsu. He just overpowers it. He jumps over the trident that had been coming at him originally, stepping onto it, pushing it down into the ground, with which he just jumps up and, pulls back his bow, and going over Arure, or Arurere? Dude has a weird-ass name. I'm just going to go for his name, first name. Aaron. Okay, I'm just going to say Aaron. His name is Aaron now. Because I don't... What the fuck? Anyway, so yeah, Aaron over here is, he's going in for the attack, but Ichigo just goes over him, pulling his bow back, and just a single arrow goes through one of his heads. Now Ichigo thinks this is done, but due to not seeing the body of Aaron dissipating, he's instantly on guard and just like, wait, does he have a splitting ability? Because I'll say Rukia never explained this to him, neither did Uryu. I believe Uryu was in this fight, right? Even if he wasn't, no one had originally explained this person to him. It's a dead person after all in his original universe. But yeah. So yeah, he's on guard. He's kind of looking around, seeing if anything's gonna just pop out at him. And then all of a sudden, from what Ichigo thought was a corpse, a long ray of tentacles proceed to, at least proceed to attempt to wrap up Ichigo. Now, this set of tentacles is the one that destroys Zanpakuto's toes. If you don't know that, information. But yeah, so yeah, with that, basically, those tentacles attempt to reach for Ichigo, and kind of hide it with trying to wrap around him. They reach for a Zanpakuto toe, but they kind of try to make it seem like they're not by, just wrapping around Ichigo himself. Now, of course, since Ichigo doesn't know what the fuck's going on, he just fires arrows at it. The arrows just dissipate because they are technically a part of his Zanpakuto. So technically what it's doing is destroying part of him. Ironically, I'm pretty sure this character is the hardest fight Ichigo's going to have in this series. But yeah, Ichigo just attempts to, he backs away from the tentacles. He's assuming currently that this action of wrapping around him is a reference to one of the abilities, possibly a disintegration type ability. Ichigo is incredibly confused by Espada number 9. After all, he just consumed some of the other Espadas, became Espada 8, and gained their powers as well. While Ichigo is basically running away from these tentacles, using Shinpos, Aaron starts standing up, using his trident as leverage, which had been knocked to him. Which he desummoned and just summoned it back again to his hand. And yeah, so, yeah. He then just kind of tries to walk off to the side while still trying to attack Ichigo. But then Ichigo notices that the tentacles slightly got pulled in another direction, and then he looks to the source of the tentacles and notices that Aaron's corpse is somehow walking. Ichigo then immediately understands that this obviously probably has more than one brain, one head, one heart, whatever. But yeah, so what he thinks he needs to do is destroy the entire body in one go. So what he does is he pulls back his bow, charges up with ridiculous amounts of Reiatsu after having just shimpoed away again from the tentacles. Puts a large amount of Reiatsu into it and sends off a very chunky, overpowered arrow at the currently running away Aaron, or hiding away Aaron. With that, Aaron is killed, Dragon Ball style, when the Kamehameha hits someone, and Aaron is disintegrated. Now, while Aaron had been in the corner trying to hide, as if this was a game of hide and seek or some shit, he had used his, I believe it was telekinetic powers. He has that power that he used at one point. Let me get it. It is called... where is this? I had it here somewhere. Well, somewhere, it was Oh, it's called cognition synchronization, and in Japanese it's called nishiki doki. So synchronized awareness. So it's the ability to broadcast information of whatever he's currently seeing or experienced to all of his comrades instantaneously. And yeah, what he's doing here is he is, as quickly as possible, he had been showing his experience of Ichigo currently attacking him, or at least running away from his tentacles. He had broadcasted this to his comrades, but more so specifically to Aizen. Aizen and the other, and his subordinates, so the other creatures there, basically widen their eyes. Aizen even more... actually, no, the rest of them more so than Aizen, because, you know, they didn't expect him to really be that strong. After all, in their eyes, Aizen is the strongest. So, yeah. But only a few seconds into that, they see Ichigo, as I just mentioned basically mentioned previously. They see him turning around, charging up an arrow which seemed to grow to a ridiculous length, ridiculous extent, and then it suddenly seemed to grow even further, and then the information got cut off. Now the reason it grew even further was just because it got closer, but yeah, they don't know that. Anyway, so yeah, with this, Aizen and his subordinates now know that Ichigo is in Hyukomondo, and more specifically, has just beaten the first 3 Espada. Now, this both worries and excites some of the weaker subordinates, while it concerns Espada number 7. For the other Espada, they don't really care too much that these people died, but it makes them want to kill Ichigo just so that they don't have to deal with him later on. You know, like you know. They're just kind of worried about the fact that he managed to get so far, and they're starting to believe that Aizen, while they do believe him, the things that he said are becoming even more believable now. But yeah. Anyway, during this time, a 10th to 8th Espada begins to appear, but that will only be revealed properly later on. Anyway, thank you for watching part 10 till if Ichigo was back in time. But yeah. So again, I'm really sorry for having this out so late. If you saw any issues with that, please do tell me. This part doesn't feel like it went too well, especially since I spent a large portion of it in a video game. Jesus Christ, I messed up with choosing to do that, right? But yeah. There really isn't much else I can say, to be honest. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Comment down below if you have any suggestions. Like the video. And if you're already subscribed or are planning on subscribe, do turn on that notification bell. Because yeah, I'm barely getting any views on my videos, and it'd be cool if I had more, you know? But yeah, thank you for watching this video, and good